Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Feels like we haven't done one of these in a long time because we didn't do one last week. And I feel like the one right before Thanksgiving was really quick because it was the night before Thanksgiving and everybody was focused on other things. So we are back. We are fresh off of the MSC Meraviglia, which was delightful, which we will talk about at length very shortly. So let's say hello to everybody. Hello to Fred and Lisa. Hello to Mike. Hello to Matt Ryan. Hi, Felicia. How are you? Two old farts. Hello, Scott. How you doing, Scott? 1 month until your wedding cruise, getting super close. Rick K, welcome. Great meeting Rick K and his whole family on board the MSC Meraviglia. Well, a chunk of his family on board the Meraviglia. Tony Diaz said, such a catchy tune, dancing in my chair, as were AJ and I. Robin, how are you? Good to see you. We did have a wonderful cruise. Robin, my package to you came back, so I think I messed up your address, so I'm going to resend that tomorrow, just so you're aware. If you're wondering, hey, why didn't I get that yet? That's why. Felicia enjoyed MSC Meraviglia for Thanksgiving. That is awesome. Ooh, how was Celebrity Silhouette? Let us know. Let us know. Hey, Donnie, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Peter here. Oh, Peter, I'm surprised to see you here. I thought you were hanging out on AJ's channel now. Just kidding. Good to see you here, Peter. Cheryl, how you doing? Good to see you here as well. If anybody wants to know, there's a little inside joke, which you will see on day one vlog, which comes out in like 2 days. But Peter texted AJ on the first day of the cruise. Not John. John just chopped liver. Texted AJ, said hello to AJ. Have a great cruise, AJ. Whatever. Just kidding. Totally funny. Edward Clayton, wonderful meeting you and your wife. We hung out with Ed. We had dinner with Ed at Hola Tacos. We had a great time. We saw them pretty much every day. We saw them. It was great. Saw everybody every day. Alex, how are you? The gang is back again. We are here and we are fired up. Felicia, Silhouette was really nice for being an older ship. Yeah, it looks beautiful. We were somewhere with Silhouette.
Were we next to them in Nassau?
Yeah, I think it was Nassau. Yeah.
But that would have been the same time, right?
Yeah, we might have been next to you in Nassau. If you were in Nassau, Felicia, around that
6th
time.
to the 9th?
No, because we were back
No.
8th, so we might have missed. We might have passed. Laura Tucker, hello, how are you? Good to see you here. Thank you so much for coming to join us. Hope everybody is having a wonderful week. We'll talk a little bit about the Meraviglia. So we had a very, very nice time. AJ and I both did little debriefs and reviews. You can see that on both of our channels. Obviously, AJ has her own channel now, which is great. Alex said, I heard MSC Meraviglia is going to dry dock. You must have had a great time sending it out in fashion. Yes, I have heard bits and pieces of that, but I haven't gotten any details on what they're doing in the dry dock. So that will be interesting.
Making the carpet smell less in your hallway.
My hallway maybe not smell like poop. But, things happen. Peter said, John, you're the CEO. Didn't think you have time for the small people once you're on the cruise. So great. So great. I have time for everyone, Peter, especially you. Leslie Trent, how are you doing? Hope you are having a wonderful week. So yeah, we had a great time. We got on the Meraviglia. It was cold. It was really, 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 really cold. It was cold for 4 of the 7 days, like very cold for 4 of the 7, or maybe even 5. Tony Diaz said she has her own channel. This is why AJ got a text and you didn't. Yep, totally true. Yeah, so it was freezing the first day, freezing the second day for sure. When we got to Florida, it was like 50s. Was it like 50s?
Yeah, I went out in shirt sleeves, but it was not really warm enough.
No, yeah, I had a hoodie on. And then obviously we didn't make it to Ocean Key. We tried 450 times to dock.
Not bad temperature wise that day, but there was some wind off and on.
Yep. And then obviously we made it to Nassau. Nassau was beautiful. It was like 70 something, which is pretty perfect. And then the next day actually wasn't terrible until later in the evening. And then the last day was freezing again. So, what can you do? What can you do? Kevin and Carrie Ann, hello. How are you guys doing? The frequent cruisers, Kevin and Carrie Ann, getting ready for another cruise in 8 days. Super exciting. Jimmy said, we live near the Verrazano Bridge, saw you coming in and crying that it was over. Yep. Amen to that. Al Galloway, let's have fun. Indeed, let's have fun. Umamala said, how much is the port fee in Nassau? So there's no actual, there's no fees anymore that you have to pay once you're on the ship, but the port fees and taxes for Nassau, and there is a VAT tax in the Bahamas, but I don't know what the actual port fees are for Nassau, the port fees and taxes. They're not crazy. It doesn't really break them down on your bill, so I'm not sure what they are, but there is no additional fees anymore. Eric Maxey, how are you? Hope you are having a great week back from your long cruise. Hope you're adjusting back to land, getting ready for another cruise, hopefully. So yeah, we had a nice time. The food was really good. We had a great time at all. We tried all the specialty dining. We had 5 specialty dinings, and then we had a bonus one for me being Diamond on MSC. So we used that for lunch at All Out Tacos. So we went to All Out Tacos twice. We went to Ocean K, which was very good. Weird menu at Ocean K. I was thinking about this more and more. Wasn't a lot of seafood on there.
No, it's almost like they're doing like a seafood Italian fusion restaurant.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because I think I had fish. I mean, I have fish everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't realize it till afterwards because Judy said to me, when I sent her the pictures of dinner, she's like, no seafood? And I'm like, I didn't realize that I didn't get any seafood.
Well, you ordered octopus.
Yeah, I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
It just didn't come. Yeah, it's fair. I forgot about that. And then we ate at the steakhouse, of course, Butcher's Cut. We ate at teppanyaki the first night, which it's got to be the best value in all of specialty dining is teppanyaki. You get so much food. You get soup and salad, miso soup and salad. You get sushi, like a couple pieces of sushi. I'm okay. Yeah, you get a couple pieces of sushi and some like tempura vegetables. You get shrimp, you get salmon, you get steak, and you get fried rice, and you get dessert. It's a lot of food. AJ got double salmon because she's allergic to beef.
I didn't tell you. Caleb actually was upset with me for
Why?
not buying him the taco shirt.
Hola Tacos has these great shirts, which I wanted to buy one for Judy too, and I completely forgot. But Hola Tacos has these great shirts of like, there's a bunch of them. Like, I wanted tacos yesterday, and today I'm eating tacos. Live your dreams, pursue your dreams, or whatever. They had one. You can't make everybody happy. You're not a taco.
That's the one he wants.
Yeah, there's a bunch of great ones. So yeah, we should have bought those shirts. I forgot all about.
Is there an Ola Taco on Seaside? Seascape?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get him one.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's like on the main like little overlook area of like 6, 7, 8, whatever the thing is there. Eric said Aqua to the Caribbean in June. That is awesome. I am on Aqua in August, so you'll be on there first. Hope you have a great time with that. Alex said, do you think cruise lines will be going less to Mexico ports due to the additional port taxes? So yeah, they're raising the port fees $42. They're adding a $42 tax. That was pushed back though until mid next year. So I don't know if that's actually going to happen. We'll see if it actually goes through. I hope not. Hope not. Rick K said, Do Re Mi Kids Care on the Meraviglia was great. The grandkids didn't want to leave and always wanted to go back. They had a great time. Yeah, it looks like it's great. Everybody was raving about it. That's really great. I'm glad to hear that. It's awesome. Every time we saw poor little shepherd, he looked so exhausted. He's just partying his little heart out. Sandy, hi. Of course, Sandy, you are quite welcome. I'm here to help with whatever you need. My pleasure. Always happy to help. Hope you are feeling better and recovering from everything, and hope you guys are ready for your next cruise. And I hope Emily has a great time on her cruise with Dakota this week on Utopia. Umamala said, I just booked a 5-day cruise with MSC for $179 per person, got a balcony. That is amazing. Can't beat the deals. There are some really, really good deals. Got a free upgrade. That is outstanding. Yeah, we were saying we do think that MSC needs to, as much as I love the pricing on MSC, I feel like they're getting to the point where they may need to raise the prices just a little bit because some aspects of the cruise felt a little carnival-ish. There was a little bit of bad behavior and a little bit of just some wonky stuff that I think goes away when you improve the clientele a little bit. So, you know.
I think the funniest part was that family spending 4 hours trying to find their room. That
Yeah,
had nothing to do with the price, but when I think about wonky behavior, it was just like 3 adults, 4 hours.
Here's what I will say. There are some confusing hallways. They're not that confusing. The numbers still go up and down. You should still be able to locate your room in less than 4 hours. If it takes you more than 4 hours to find your room on a cruise ship, you've hit the drink package way too hard. Things have gone horribly wrong. Steve said, "Love your videos. Thanks for creating them. I'm heading on my first cruise over 20 years on the Meraviglia for an 11-day. Thanks to your review." Oh, that is awesome, Steve. I hope you have a wonderful time. I really appreciate you watching the videos. It's really nice. It's one of my favorite things now going on cruises is talking to people and how genuinely appreciative some people are for like the videos and stuff, which is really cool. We were at breakfast one morning, and obviously, like we were talking with Rick, who is here, and Ed, who's always here, and we hung out with them and did a bunch of things with them. But AJ and I were sitting at breakfast one time, and somebody just came up out of the blue and was like, "Hey, really like your videos. They were really helpful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it." It's so nice to hear that. And it was really funny. We did talk to one person who spotted AJ, and they were like, "Oh, are you Bite-Sized Cruises?" And AJ was like, "Yeah." And then we turned around and we were like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, I don't know, like something about our videos." And we were like, "Oh, do you watch the live streams?" He's like, I don't watch the live streams. Their live streams are terrible. We don't watch those. They're terrible." And I'm like, "Okay, well, thanks for sharing. See you later. Have a good one." Alex said, "I heard Carnival's raising their prices." Carnival prices have gone up. Look, cruising is more expensive than it's ever been at this point. You could still find some deals, but less than ever. And Carnival has raised their prices in the last year. They're not bargain basement anymore. Certain ships are cheaper than others, but it's not easy to find like a deal anymore on any cruise line. So, with the exception of MSC for certain things. Tony said, "I don't know. One night on Navigator, it took me an hour to find my cabin. I blame the pub." See, that makes sense. Like that tracks. But I'm telling you. Alex said, "Ken Boyd needs to do a Netflix special. He was amazing." He was very good. And what's really impressive about Ken Boyd, which I think a lot of people miss, is he did four comedy shows on our cruise. So he did like 2 regular ones, one that we saw, and he did an adults only one, and they were 4 completely different shows. And if you don't watch a lot of comedy, coming up with like 4 45-minute to an hour shows, that's very difficult. And actually being funny for a chunk of that. He did a decent amount of crowd work in ours, but it was still material. He still had material. It was good. He was good. Mike said, "We loved that 11 night on board Meraviglia last April. Would love to do that itinerary again, just not in January." Yeah. Look, it's rough going out of Brooklyn. And we went out, it was freezing. This week was probably a little bit better because it was a little warmer. But yeah, we still, I will say, the ship wasn't packed. I think there's like a little bit of a misnomer. So the ship was sold out. The difference is the week before there was 5,400 people. Our sailing was 4,200 people. Both were sold out. The difference is occupancy because the cruise before us had a ton of kids on it for Thanksgiving. So it's just a matter of, how many people are in some of those rooms. But it didn't feel overly crowded at any point, I don't think.
Yeah.
But it's cold and there was a lot of people inside. That's all. But we still had a great time.
The only time it felt like really crowded was during the muster drill. I felt crowded. And then when we were getting off in Port Canaveral, that was a lot of people.
Yeah, the Port Canaveral one's weird because I don't know why I think they didn't expect the crowds because usually not that many people get off in Port Canaveral, but since we got there late, I think everybody was a little stir crazy. Um, so that one was weird because when we got off in Nassau, it was a piece of cake. So
Yeah.
I think it was just because they only had one entrance open for that one. Felicia said, going on Norwegian Pearl for Christmas, will I be disappointed? You won't. So Pearl, look, the one thing I will say about the Pearl, when we were on the Pearl, even though it was a nightmare of a cruise that we were on, the Pearl was beautiful.
Yeah, the ship's really nice.
Yeah, for being an older ship, there's a good selection of specialty dining. The ship is really nice. My only concern with the Pearl, which will be going on in, when it comes to Philly, my only concern with the Pearl was the entertainment, which is if you have some entertainment on there, if you have a couple shows, you're gonna have a great time on the Pearl. The specialty dining, we had a great time. The food was great. Even there's a ton of, obviously there's a ton of included food. There's a ton of specialty dining. I thought the ship was beautiful. They refurbed the whole atrium and everything. It looked beautiful. So I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. A ton of kids was right. It was crazy. Yeah, they told us it was crazy the week before. Jimmy said you booked us Meraviglia Yacht Club last summer. Hard to go back to normal. Tell me about it. We were on last time we were on Meraviglia. We were in the Yacht Club. This time we were in Gen Pop, and it was very different. It's a very different experience. We still had a great time. We were both in inside cabins. Everything was great. We will have a video coming out in like a week or so, maybe earlier, depending on if I shuffle some videos around. But it was Juan and his wife Amy were celebrating Amy's 50th birthday. They're subscribers, and they had a 2-story loft yacht club suite on deck 12, and they let us come and film their suite. They were really nice. They were like, "Hey, do you guys want to do a video on our suite?" We were like, "Absolutely." So we did that, and that room is awesome. So yacht club's a whole nother level. Hello, Murphys. How are you doing? Good to see you guys here. Scott said, can I find out when Gala Night is on my cruise? I'm hoping it lines up with the wedding. So Gala Night is always the first sea day. So it's the second night of the cruise. Unless there's something wonky on your cruise, but I'll double check it to see if that's the case, Scott. Yeah, it'd be really nice if you don't have to dress up twice. That'd be awesome. Alex said, the mustard drill is quirky. I still have to hop on it. It's only 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, it's not bad. Look, we have in our day one vlog, you'll see AJ filmed the whole process. She Blair Witched calling on the phone, but you get the gist of it.
It's really hard to film and dial and hold a phone.
AJ forgot that she could actually put the camera down and let it film. But you'll get to see the process. Basically, at like 2:45, they tell you to go to your room. They play a video in your room. Once you watch the video, you have to dial a number on your phone, 881 or whatever it is, and that confirms that you watched the video. And then you're supposed to wait until you're called to go to your muster station, but you basically just walk down to your muster station afterwards and take care of it. And it's pretty cool. Your muster station is up on the dome in the Galleria, like their promenade area, so it's easy to find your muster station. So yeah, it's not terrible. Yeah, Mike said Gala Night on Meraviglia is the first sea day. Yep, there you go. Mike said we love Gen Pop. Try Aria next time. Yeah, I will. It's a great one. Oh, Juan's here. Hey Juan, how are you? Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you guys. We saw Juan and Amy all over the place as well. They were so nice, very gracious to let us come up and film their suite. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. It was a beautiful suite. Which is awesome. I'm glad you guys had a great time. You guys look like you were having a great time. I will say that. You guys looked like you were having an awesome time. Even when we were in the carousel show, you guys were having a blast. I was loving it. I kept hearing you guys cheering and everything. It was awesome. Those shows are awesome. Our pleasure. Thank you so much. So next thing I want to talk about a little bit is entertainment. We'll do a full review on entertainment, of course, as usual. But I will say on Meraviglia, the production shows, as you'll hear me in the vlogs, which is kind of funny. The production shows, look, people look like they were having a good time. AJ and I are super picky on production shows. We both go to a lot of theater. So I go to a lot of Broadway shows. I go to a lot of off-Broadway shows or like touring Broadway shows in Philly, and obviously we're close to New York, so we go to a lot of Broadway shows. I like musical theater a lot, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And generally speaking, I love a production show. I even said it in the vlogs. I don't want to be overcritical because I appreciate that they have shows and that people are singing and dancing and they have an orchestra or a band on board. So I wouldn't have it any other way. It's far better than my recent Norwegian experiences where it's like play Deal or No Deal 732 times and Wheel of Fortune and everything else. So I'm very appreciative that they have a band and music people and people that they pay to sing that probably aren't the best singers. But the production shows were a little bit wonky, but still enjoyable to go to. The music's good. But the carousel shows, both carousel shows, Rock Circus and Houdini, House of Houdini, are spectacular. House of Houdini is the best one. So if you're going to pick one of those shows, go to House of Houdini. But both of those carousel shows are spectacular. I have a lot of video of both of them in my vlogs. AJ and I filmed a lot. There is mold in my water bottle here, so I'm not going to drink out of my water bottle. That's probably good for everyone. It's been sitting there for 3 weeks. Charlie is here. Hey, Charlie, how are you? So a couple quick announcements. We announced it a couple weeks ago. AJ now has her own channel. It's AJ with Bite Size Cruises. I will, AJ, can you throw a link in the chat there?
I certainly can.
Throw a link in the chat. AJ is doing stuff on her channel now, probably like once a week-ish on that channel. The same with Bite Size Travels, our travels channel. Well, we're going to try to start doing both of those, publishing something to each of those channels once a week, and then the normal stuff over on Bite Size Cruises as normal. Again, we appreciate it if you subscribe. Don't feel compelled to do it. You don't have to subscribe to all the channels. But if you would like to, it's wonderful. If you want to watch the videos, we really appreciate that as well. So we have those. And then Charlie said, I love the quirky weirdness of the MSC production shows. The segues make no sense. Yeah, true. Look, I will say, like, I was on Seashore. I think they're doing this a lot now because last time we were on Meraviglia, there was different shows. When I was on Seashore, they did the Encore show and the Journeys show, and they did both of those on Meraviglia. They were much better on Seashore, but they did them on this ship too. And I like both of those shows. I think they're both good shows. Just the production cast wasn't stellar. They were fine. They just weren't great. Alex said, don't forget to like the live stream. Thank you so much. The Murphy said, I've read that Yacht Club no longer has to pay for the carousel show. That is awesome. That's great news. I love that. That's a good thing. Mike said, we love Club Disco in the Broadway Theater and House of Houdini. Rock Circus was just met. Yeah, of the two, House of Houdini is definitely better, of course. I agree with that. We didn't love Club Disco, but it was more of a cast thing than the music. The music's great. It was just the cast wasn't great. Joel said, we leave 2-9 on MSC. Meraviglia would be our first time on MSC. Normally we cruise Royal Caribbean. Okay, Joel, it's a little bit different. So we talk about this a lot in the vlogs too. So the service level, this is going to be interesting, right? So the general service level around the ship is going to feel a little more hands-offy, right? It's a little more of like, if you need something, ask for it, and everybody will go out of their way for you. But generally speaking, they're not falling all over you. It's, Royal Caribbean's a little more high touch. Here's what I will say though. The room stewards on Royal Caribbean and Norwegian now, you see them very minimally. They have like 30 rooms. They're very busy. They come to your room once a day and that's it. On MSC, my room steward was in and out of my room, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a day. They were making up the room in the morning. She would, like, if she had something to drop off in my room, she would drop it off and then make the bed. So like if we took a nap in the afternoon and I came back an hour later, the bed was made. And then at night they still do turn down service. So from that perspective, it's definitely a little more hands-on, which I really liked. I thought it was great. And I found the room stewards to be delightful.
Also got ice every night in my room. I did have to ask for ice, but I didn't have to ask every night. I asked on the first night, and except for the first night and the last night, I had ice every night.
Yeah, I do feel like you do have to ask for some things, but I
Yeah.
don't have a problem asking for things if I need them. So Alex said, Joel, make sure you get the specialty dining package. I would agree. Here's what I will say, however, I think the included food was great. We didn't have an issue. Um, but I will say our cruise was a little bit different. There was a large group there. They had a very large uh, Chinese group from a church, and there was a lot of the food in the buffet. It was like 1,200 people. So a lot of the food in the buffet was really geared towards that group. They had like a lot more Chinese and kind of Asian inspired dishes in the buffet. But for the most part, I think in my opinion, the pizza is awesome on MSC. The pasta is great. The salads are great. I just find that the included food is very good. But the specialty dining will make all the difference in the world. Like I said, we went to all the specialty dining. We had great meals. Without exception, the meals were great. Other than me not getting my octopus that I ordered, but I think something was going on in Ocean Key because our waiter disappeared for like 40 minutes, and we had
Yeah.
different people checking on us. So I think he might have had something going on. So, but yeah, whatever. Things happen. Joel said we're going from a Royal Caribbean balcony. Yep. With, like you said, room was never turned. 2 adults, 2 kids. Now MSC having an RA suite. That's going to be awesome. You get your own private little sun deck. You'll really enjoy that. It's a very, very, very nice experience. All right. At this time, let's remember that our live stream is sponsored by Mainly Coffee. So we do have an announcement to make. Roger and Sarah from Mainly Coffee are going to be doing a coffee group cruise. I know we talked about this a little bit. This is on January 10th to the 17th of 2026 on MSC World America. This is a 7-day cruise out of Miami to Puerto Plata, San Juan, and Ocean Key. So Roger and Sarah are going to be doing a excursion, a custom excursion just for this group, where they're going to a plantation in San Juan to where you're going to get to meet the coffee producers and talk all about the coffee process and go through tastings and different things like that. There's going to be coffee talks on board the ship with barista demonstrations and fun things like that. So that is something we're going to be doing January of 2026. If you're interested, you could obviously scan that little QR code to book. You can reach out to Sarah here. And of course, you can always reach out to AJ or myself, and we are happy to help you guys if you are interested in going on that, which would be a ton of fun. Bob said, hi, John, watching with Sandy and Amanda. Thanks for having the live chat. Hey, Bob, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good as well. Charlie is here. He said, if I pay for carousel shows for myself and my 2 underage kids, can I drink their drinks? Yeah, you absolutely can. So you can go back up and get as many drinks as you want. It's supposed to be like 1 drink included, but the drinks are just sitting on the counter when you come in. You could just go up and grab another. No one says anything. They don't care. AJ and I picked we were trying to pick the non-alcoholic one, and we accidentally picked the alcohol one, and there was barely alcohol in it. So yeah, you could drink their drinks. And they can get non-alcoholic ones, and you can still have 3 drinks. You're fine. Mike said, I'm sorry, pretty hard to beat the espresso and cappuccinos at the Edge Bar. Totally true. So you can get the other thing, if you do like coffee and espresso, you can get espresso, like just a black coffee espresso at any bar on the ship included. You don't have to pay extra for that. If you get cappuccinos or stuff, that's going to be different, but you can get regular coffee, which is espresso, at any of those bars. Alex said, how long did it take to clear customs in Nassau? I went to Canada and it took like 2 hours for the ship to be cleared because a few folks didn't want to meet with customs. It didn't take long in Nassau. We docked at like 6:37. We got there early and we were off the ship at like 8:30, which is pretty standard. I don't know. I don't remember it ever taking longer in Nassau. Rick said our room steward was wonderful as well. Got ice every night also. There you go. That's awesome. That's great to hear, Rick. And Rick said pizza and coffee are the best. Yeah, in my opinion, their pizza and their coffee are better than any other cruise line. Now, we will say we were talking to some people, and they said that Sorrento's and like Norwegian pizza was better, and they may be on drugs.
Carnival.
I'm not sure.
It was
Oh, they
Carnival.
said Carnival's pizza is better, which it's not. Let's all be honest, it's not better. Carnival's pizza is fine. It's definitely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But Sorrento's for me is like drunk pizza. It's just late at night pizza, which is also totally fine. It's good. So Charlie said, which line has the worst standard coffee? Who has the best? So in my opinion, and I like coffee a lot, MSC has the best coffee by far. It's not even close. Now, again, AJ and I will tell you, there are good, sometimes people make it better than other people. There were mornings where the coffee was really good and certain mornings where it was like a little burnt or whatever. That's normal. But overall, their standard of coffee is the best.
Yeah.
You like
I
Princess coffee, right?
what?
Did you like Princess's coffee?
I had a lot of specialty coffee on Princess. I'm not sure I ever had the plain black coffee on Princess because the specialties included. Um, but I will say for MSC, I don't often drink. I mainly drink black coffee at home. I don't often drink black coffee on the cruise ships. I put like Splenda in it because I don't usually like it. And MSC, most mornings I wasn't putting anything in my coffee because it tasted like coffee and not burnt. But yeah, I don't think I ever had just the plain black coffee on Princess.
I don't know. Norwegian coffee's meh. It's fine. Carnival's coffee was fine. I didn't have an issue with Carnival's standard coffee. It was fine. And Royal Caribbean's very hit or miss for me. I'm either fine with it or I hate it.
They're the
Depending
ones
on
that have the two different blends too.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and MSC uses Segafredo Zanetti. That's the coffee MSC uses, which is excellent Italian coffee. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Those are the standard cruise lines. Celebrity, same as Royal. I'm trying to think of any other cruise lines that I can think of off the top of my head. They're the main ones. Murphy said we hated Norwegian's French press way too strong. Yeah, French press is strong to begin with. It's like getting a pour over. So yeah, I avoid French press unless I'm like sleepy and need to really like wake up. Another quick announcement for January. This is a long way off, but January 8th, I'm trying to line up some guests for next year. So for January 8th's live stream, I'm also reaching out to other creators and different fun people that I think would just be good guests. So there's another creator that I watch some of their videos, and she does a lot of different cruising videos. And I reached out to her today, and she's going to be on January 8th. Her name is Lauren of All Trades. So she does cruising videos. Lauren of All Trades. And her YouTube channel is Lauren of All Trades. So she's going to be on our live stream on January 8th to talk about her cruising experience, all the fun things that she does. And she's in Pennsylvania as well. So I reached out to her, and she will be on January 8th. So that's very exciting. And then I think that's it for big announcements. Yeah, I don't think we have anything else too crazy. Steve said, I know there's been a lot of discussion about this, but why do you think MSC gets a bad rep by influencers? Do you think they've improved recently? So I do. So here's, first of all, I've been on now, in the last 2 years, I've been on Seascape, Seashore, Magnifica, Meraviglia twice. I think that's it. So 5 in the last 2 years. I've had all excellent experiences. Now, look, there were things that we didn't love about this cruise. The big group did not behave well. They were a nightmare for the staff and caused a lot of chaos for a lot of people, but we still had a great time. I think the problem with MSC is when they first came to North America, there was a real lag with service and food. I think that's not a priority in Europe on both of those things. It's way less of a priority, and it's way more of a priority here. And I think they didn't catch up very quickly on that. And I think that lingered. But in our experience, everything has been wonderful. The influencers, look, here's the thing, right? I'm not gonna talk about this anymore after the new year. It's like my New Year's resolution. One of my biggest pet peeves with YouTube, right? And the it's not just cruising, it's every niche on YouTube, right? Every video you watch or everything you go to on social media, negativity sells, right? So positivity doesn't do well. Like we try to do all our videos with a positive spin. It's very rare that we have something really bad to say. And shockingly, right, one of our first videos that we made was about Norwegian Pearl and how terrible of a cruise it was because it was a terrible cruise. And that video is still to this day, it's terrible. I shot it like in my bedroom. It looks like I'm in the witness protection program. And that video is still like one of our top 2 or 3 videos on the channel. So it's, negativity does really well. And I think that's a majority of it is people just love to hate on things. And once something has a bad rap, it's really hard to shake that. But I do think they've improved a lot. And even Tom here said a lot of it's inconsistent service, which I think is, again, across the line, a problem that they had that I think they're working on, and it's getting better. And look, we don't get paid by any of the cruise lines. We don't get to go for free or anything like that. If we do, I will let you know. We might be going on the World America. I still haven't heard anything about it on the inaugural. If we do, I'm still going to be honest about it, but I'll tell you that I didn't pay for it. So yeah, I don't know. We just try to be honest about it, and I've had all good experiences. If we don't, AJ is going to be on Seaside in January. I will be on Defina in February. So we'll have 2 more under our belt, and we'll see how those go as well. Alex said, where's everybody voyaging to next? 30 more days to go for his next cruise. Joel said, only reason we looked into Meraviglia is because last year on Anthem, we docked next to it in the Bahamas. It looks luxurious, updated, just huge and nice. We had to look into it. Yeah, it's a really nice ship, Meraviglia. And what I will say is the Galleria, their promenade thing, it is just spectacular. The dome shows are spectacular. It's just beautiful. It changes all day, every day. It's a beautiful ship. And if they're going into dry dock for improvements, that's even better. It's going to be awesome. Tony said, big announcement. The Evil Empire's foundation has cracked. Mystery by Tony Diaz. Laura Tucker, Western Caribbean NCL Escape, February 1st. That's awesome. We love Escape. We love Choir of Man. Joel said the price for the same Royal Caribbean, yeah, it's insane. The pricing is an insane difference, especially out of Brooklyn right now because MSC Meraviglia, for whatever reason, hadn't been selling that well. So very, very nice. Yeah, more. That's what I figured. Kevin said, is there a formal night on our 3-night cruise next week? I don't know, Kevin. That's a great question. I would assume it's the second night because it's like a 3 and a 4 together because they still do that as a 7-dayer and a 14-dayer. So maybe, but I'll look into that. It's a great question. Mike said, our first love, MSC Divina, sailed on her back in 2013 when she arrived. Great. That's awesome. That's great to hear. I'm excited. I'm doing a 4-day on Divina. I'm doing a side-by-side with Divina and Independence. I was originally booked on Wonder, and we're really trying to save some money. So I canceled Wonder. Wonder was like, I don't know, whatever it was like $3,000. And I got it between the two. I'm at less than 1,500.
Wonder is John's white whale.
It is. I just can't get on Wonder for whatever reason. It's just too expensive. Steve said, Alex, where are you heading? My cruise in 30 days too. There you go. Scott said, I had a great time on my first MSC cruise. So much that I was comfortable booking my wedding with them. Yep. Scott's wedding's in a month on Seashore, which is awesome. Evil Empire equals Yankees. Yeah. So the Juan Soto for $760 million, huh, Tony? That's pretty crazy. Over to the old Mets.
I thought that baseball ended in September.
It did, but now they're signing free agents. So Juan Soto, who was this great player, great young player, who had signed with the Yankees, now signed with the Mets for $760 million.
Thank you.
Crazy. Murphy said, inconsistency is across all lines. Our B2B on NCL was so different from one week to the next. Yeah, it's crazy, right? That's why we always say, like, every time we do one of these reviews, we're always like, look, just go have a good time on whatever ship you're going on. Because like we said, we were on a cruise with 4,200 people. 1,200 of them were in a group. So we had a very different sailing than the week before, the week after, because of that large group, even with the food and everything. Alex said Eastern Caribbean. There you go. That's a great cruise right there. Jimmy said, your subs are all aware of clickbait when we see it. That's why we watch you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, no clickbait here. It affects our views drastically. That's okay. We don't mind. We're just trying to do good content.
Okay. I forget enough things that we have clickbaity headlines, but they're not clickbait. I just
just
lose my
forgot.
passport. Speaking of, I don't know where I put that when I got home.
Oh my God. Go find your passport right now.
I have an air tag on it. It's fine. It's in the house.
You have another cruise in 30 days. You need to find
your
passport.
The house. I know it's in the
house. Alex said Evil Empire equals Team Up North, go Bucks. Yep. So yeah, we both, AJ has a cruise January 5th on MSC Seaside out of Miami. And then I have a cruise on Carnival Celebration on January 12th. So AJ is going to get off her ship in the morning, come have breakfast with Judy and I, because Judy's going on my cruise on Carnival. Might be Judy's last cruise because she decided to hop on this Carnival one with me. So
be fair. My second cruise was the Pearl Cruise, and I still ended up on more cruises.
True. That's fair. Yeah. We're going to have a good time. I had a good time on Jubilee. So AJ's going to have breakfast with Judy and I, and then we're going to get on our cruise. And then, like I said, February, I'm on Divina and Independence. Peter said that new passport for AJ should not be going to Goodwill. Yeah, AJ just keeps donating her passports to Goodwill for fake IDs for people.
It's fine. The AirTag will send me an alert if it leaves the house without me. So I think I know where. I'm 95% sure I know who it is.
The new update with iOS, we could share AirTags. So
really?
I can keep. Yeah, you can share AirTags now. Yep.
You can know where my passport and where I am.
Yep. Kristen said, oh no, I forgot it was Wednesday night. Yes, it is Wednesday night. I know, I almost forgot as well. I got home and I took the dog out. I don't want to say her name so she doesn't get up. But I took her out and I was like, oh my God, I almost forgot that it was Wednesday. Steve, thank you so much for your super chat. Hey, for $5, I'll put a little blue in my hair. Thank you very much. No, I appreciate it so much. Thank you very, very, very much.
I've got some temporary dye, John.
Yeah, I don't care. It's better than gray, you know?
I mean, that's why I do it.
Although I got home and my mom yelled at me because my hair's too short. She doesn't like my hair short.
Your mom's so cute.
She really is. Charlie said, do you have any cruise industry predictions for 2025 that might surprise us? I don't think anything too crazy. I mean, the two big things that were going to come out in 2025 are that Carnival's building the Ace ships. I think that's a big one that's going to come out. They're going to be as big as Oasis, which is really interesting. Big as Oasis, but holding 8,000 people. So that's a little concerning because Oasis is like 6,700. And then I'm really eager to hear about the Constellation class with MSC. Those are going to be bigger than Oasis. They're going to be bigger than Icon. That's really interesting. And then the Discovery class for Royal, seeing how big those are. I don't really have any predictions that are going to be surprising. I think you're going to continue to see some more restrictions on, like, with the Bluetooth speakers, things like that, which I'm actually in favor of. But no, nothing too crazy. And I do think at some point in 2025, we're going to see pricing level off. We can't keep going the way that we're going because I have clients now that aren't going on cruises because they're hitting a point of no return. So I think if anything, hopefully that's something that we will see in 2025 in my opinion and a little bit of experience, hopefully. So let's hope on that. All right, what else? I think that's it. We will be doing a live stream next week on the 18th. We will not be doing a live stream on Christmas. Everybody enjoy your holidays with your family. And then the next week is the 1st of January. So I'll do that one if AJ's not around or has things going on. I'll do the January 1st one. That'll probably be the one where we go a little bit longer and give away some stuff. We have a lot of MSC bags to give away and different things. So we'll be giving those things away. For anybody who's waiting on coffee or anything, I'm going to try to get all that stuff out early this week. T-shirts are easy. They're all out already. So anybody who got a T-shirt, they've all shipped. Coffee I have to package and take out. So I try to do those in batches of 4 or 5. So I do them like a month at a time. So I'll try to get those out this week as well. So speaking of, let's give away some coffee. Let's do it again. Once again, we are brought to you by Mainly Coffee. Roger and Sarah, our lovely friends over there at Mainly Coffee. So let's give away some coffee today. Eric, congratulations. That is awesome. And then next up, we are going to give away a T-shirt. Get yourself a Bite Size Cruises T-shirt. Jimmy C, Jummy C.
I can't type.
Jimmy C, you won yourself a T-shirt. Jimmy, let me know what size shirt you want. I'll send you guys a shirt. I think I still have your address. I'm sure I do. Mike said I have a bunch of those drawstring bags. Just ask the room store for a few. Yeah, we have tons of them. Tons of them. Congrats, everybody, to the winners. So, interesting thing AJ and I were just talking about we're going to do for next year. So, still working on this, still thinking it out a little bit. So, obviously we're on this cruise. Rick and his whole family were on there, which is awesome. Ed Clayton and his wife were on this cruise, and then Juan and Amy were on this cruise. So we met a bunch of really nice people, fun people on this cruise. So what we want to do is something interesting next year. If you see us on a cruise, we want to have something fun. So we might do pins. We're thinking about doing pins for each cruise. It has to be something light enough for us to carry on the cruise. So we're thinking about doing like a commemorative pin for each cruise that we go on. So like January, I'll be on Carnival Celebration. I'll bring 10, 15 pins, whatever it is. It'll have something about Carnival Celebration, something about Bite Size Cruises on it. And we're going to take those on each cruise. If you meet us, just come up and say hi to us, and we'll give away those pins to the first 10 or 15 people that we meet on a ship, which I think is a cool idea. Can't do T-shirts because I can't pack like 10 or 15 T-shirts. So we're trying to make it something cool and something that commemorates that specific trip. So we'll do one for each of the cruises that we're on next year. So that'll be something fun that we're doing, just another way to kind of like build our fun little community here that we love. So that's it for this week. We will see everybody next week. Remember, January 8th, we're going to have Lauren of All Trades on. Check out her channel. She's very nice and her videos are fun. And then next week will just be us. And then for the rest of the next 2 weeks, you'll get a bunch of Meraviglia vlogs, the hotel review coming out tomorrow, and then start on the vlogs and all the other things. So thanks so much, everybody. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will be live Sunday morning for cruise news at 11 a.m. We'll see everybody then, and have a great week. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.